Have you ever had the unsettling feeling that someone is watching you? Not with malice, but with a profound, ancient sadness, that behind their smile, there's an ocean of unspoken grief. In the world of Teyvat, our hero, the traveler, is that someone. We follow their journey, we cheer their victories, we marvel at their power. But what if I told you that every step they take, every friend they make, and every god they challenge is just another thread in a web of inescapable sorrow? What if the very premise of their adventure is a beautifully crafted tragedy? Today, we are not just exploring a character's backstory. We are conducting an investigation. We are piecing together the clues scattered across nations, hidden in character voiceovers, and embedded in the very lore of this world, to answer one haunting question. Why is the main character of Genshin Impact destined never to be truly, genuinely happy? Let's begin with the most obvious piece of evidence, the incident that started it all, the fall. Clue 1. The irreparable loss, the sibling. Our story doesn't start in Mondstadt with Paimon. It starts in the cold, silent vacuum of space with two twins, travelers of worlds who only have each other. For an immeasurable amount of time, across countless stars, they were a complete, self-sufficient unit. They were everything to one another. Then, they came to Teyvat. An unknown god blocked their path, sealed their powers, and captured one of them. The other was cast into a deep, centuries-long slumber. This is not just a motivating incident. This is a foundational trauma. Imagine the person who is your other half, the only constant in an eternity of change, being ripped away from you. You wake up alone, powerless, in a world you do not understand. Your entire purpose for existing has been reduced to a single desperate goal: find them. Every interaction the traveler has is filtered through this loss. When they share a meal with Amber in Mondstadt, or watch the lanterns rise in Liu, or celebrate the Iridori festival in Inizuma, there is always a ghost at the feast, a silent thought. I wish my sibling were here to see this. Their journey is a quest to fill a sibling-shaped hole in their soul, and no amount of companionship from Paimon, Jean, or Diluc can ever truly plug that void. The happiness they find is temporary, a fleeting distraction from the gnawing, permanent absence that defines their existence. But the mystery deepens, because when they finally do find their sibling, the reunion is nothing like they dreamed of. Clue 2. The bitter reunion, the abysmal divide. After the turmoil of Liu and the thunderous conflict of Inizuma, the traveler finally comes face to face with their lost twin in the depths of the abyss. This should be the climax of their happiness, the moment their suffering ends. Instead, it is the moment their hope is shattered. Their sibling is not a prisoner, they are the leader of the Abyss Order. They have lived a life the traveler knows nothing about, and they deliver a devastating ultimatum. You have always been my sibling, and you always will be. But until the end, you must journey through Teyvat, and you must see the truth of this world for yourself. This revelation transforms the traveler's quest. It is no longer a simple rescue mission, it is now a philosophical and moral battle. The person they love most in all of existence has become their ideological enemy. The sibling they sought to save now views them as naive, a child who needs to be enlightened. This creates a psychological torment far worse than simple loneliness. It's the agony of loving someone you cannot agree with, of fighting for a reunion that can only happen on the condition that you betray everything you've come to believe in on your journey. The traveler's goal is no longer to find their sibling, but to convert them. And that is a battle with no guaranteed victory. A debate where the stakes are the soul of their only family. How can you be happy when your ultimate goal has become a seemingly impossible ideological conquest against the person you cherish most? This leads us directly to our third clue, the very nature of the world the traveler is trapped in. Clue 3, the gilded cage, the illusion of Teyvat. The traveler is not a native of Teyvat. They are an outsider, a variable the world's established rules were not meant to account for. And as they journey, they begin to peel back the layers of this world, discovering that it is built on a mountain of lies and buried tragedies. Dainsleif, the enigmatic bowkeeper, is our primary source for this evidence. He speaks of a world poisoned by the heavens, of a cycle of destruction where civilizations are razed and then wiped clean by the gods when they become too advanced or challenge the divine authority. Conria, the advanced godless nation, was the most recent victim of this celestial purge, destroyed 500 years ago. And who was the leader of that nation's resistance? The one who witnessed its destruction and swore revenge? The traveler's sibling. The truth the sibling wants the traveler to see is that Teyvat is a beautiful, gilded cage, age. The 7 Archons, some of whom the traveler now calls allies, were complicit in the destruction of Conria. The very gods who smile at the traveler in Liyu's harbor or Inazuma's city are the same beings who orchestrated the apocalypse that twisted their sibling and created the Abyss Order. So the traveler is forced to walk a razor's edge. They must befriend and aid the very powers that destroyed their sibling's world, all while knowing that their ultimate mission might require them to confront these same gods. Every friendly conversation with Zhongli is shadowed by the knowledge that this gentle, knowledgeable consultant once rained divine spears upon thousands. Every moment of peace in Mondstadt is a lie, because the traveler knows that the serene sky above is a facade, a false sky, as described by the Fatuis il Dottore. The traveler cannot fully invest in the world of Teyvat because they know, on some level, that it is all temporary, all part of a system their sibling wants to burn down. They are a guest in a beautiful house, all the while knowing that it is built on a foundation of corpses and is scheduled for demolition. Can you truly find happiness in a home you know is doomed? But the most insidious clue, the one that strikes at the very heart of the traveler's identity, is the 4th piece of evidence. Clue 4, the eternal witness, the curse of immortality. The traveler and their sibling are ancient. They have lived for millennia, traveling between worlds. Teyvat is just one stop on an endless journey. This immortality is not a blessing. It is a curse, especially in a world as transient as Teyvat. Think of all the friends the traveler has made. They are all mortal. In 100 years, Amber, Xiangling, Yoimiya, Ayaka, they will all be dust. The traveler will remain. They are destined to be a perpetual witness to the cycle of life and death, forever losing the people they grow to love. This is a classic tragic trope, the immortal being who must endure the endless grief of outliving their companions. Every bond they form is therefore tinged with the preemptive pain of its inevitable end. They are like someone who adopts a pet, knowing its lifespan is a fraction of their own and loving it anyway, fully aware of the heartbreak to come. This forces the traveler to hold a part of themselves back, to never fully commit emotionally, because the cost of that commitment is an eternity of mourning. Their journey through Teyvat is not just a path to find their sibling, it is a path of accumulating ghosts. The cheerful memories of Mondstadt will fade into the bittersweet ache of nostalgia for faces long gone. The happiness they find is, by its very nature, ephemeral and fragile. It is a flower that will inevitably wither, and the traveler is the only one who will be left to remember its bloom. We have the clues, the foundational trauma of loss, the bitter ideological divide with the sibling, the poisonous truth of Teyvat's history, and the curse of eternal life. Each one is a heavy chain dragging the traveler down, but there is one final, compelling piece of evidence, the master clue that binds all others together and reveals the true, inescapable nature of the traveler's tragedy. And it has to do with the very nature of their quest. Let's synthesize the evidence. The traveler's happiness is contingent on one thing: reuniting with their sibling and restoring their original complete unit. But to achieve that, they must accomplish one of two nearly impossible tasks. Scenario 1. The traveler convinces the sibling to abandon their crusade. They must make their twin, who has lived for 500 years stewing in righteous hatred, witnessing the annihilation of their adopted home, simply let it go. They must convince them that the gods who committed genocide are worthy of forgiveness, that the system that allows for such purges is acceptable. After the traveler has seen the corruption in Inazuma, the arrogance of the sages in Sumeru, and the sins of the Fatui, how can they, in good conscience, argue for the divine status quo? To achieve happiness, they must betray the truth they are slowly coming to understand. Scenario 2. The traveler joins the sibling. They embrace the truth, take up the banner of the abyss, and wage war against Celestia and the Archons. To do this, they must turn their back on every friend they have made in Teyvat. They must become the enemy of Jin, Ningguang, the Raiden Shogun, and Nahida. They would have to destroy the very nations they worked so hard to save. They would have to look Paimon in the eyes and become the villain of her story. To achieve happiness with their
sibling, they must destroy every other source of happiness they have cultivated. This is the inescapable paradox. The traveler's two sources of potential happiness, their sibling and their friends in Teyvat, are set on a direct collision course, orchestrated by the brutal history of the world itself. There is no clean victory. There is no happy ending where everyone rides off into the sunset. Any resolution will come at a catastrophic cost. Either they lose their sibling forever to the ideology of the abyss, or they lose the entire world of Teyvat they have come to love and protect. There is no path that allows them to keep both. The traveler is not on a journey towards happiness. They are on a journey to choose which form of their ultimate sorrow will be the final one. Their adventure is a prolonged, beautiful, and heart-wrenching delay of an inevitable, tragic choice. Their curse is that they are self-aware enough to know this. You can see it in their weary eyes and quiet moments. You can hear it in their silent contemplation. They are gathering power, making friends, and saving nations, all while knowing that this beautiful, temporary dream must one day end. And when they wake up, they will be forced to shatter the very world that taught them how to smile again. So, the next time you log in and you see the traveler standing on a cliffside looking out over the vibrant, living world of Teyvat, remember what you now know. You are not looking at a hero at the beginning of a grand adventure. You are looking at a tragedy in motion, a soul caught between an immutable past and an impossible future, forever searching for a happiness that destiny has already stolen from them. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next investigation.